Charlotte, few days worth of bring-in games.
The one thing that I want to do tonight is I want to change. I want to begin changing a command that I use, or I should say, a support cue that I use. Um, I fell into the wiggle the rope until they're like this um, point of natural horsemanship many years ago, and I've kind of stuck with it because it's been very effective for stopping a horse far away. However, I do notice that a lot of times my horses have a reaction before they have a response. And I think I want to take away using the wiggle on the rope um, for a lot of. I want to always have it because it, like I said, it does come in handy, and it certainly comes in handy if you need to create negative energy between the two of you to stop a horse from charging you or something like that. So I do really always want to have that installed so that my horses understand it. If my horse, like if I had a young horse, I would want that installed in a young horse that may be challenging, with getting up in your space or even like coming at you. I'd like them to have not only the experience of that extreme energy between us, but also having some knowledge of what the proper response would be to having that kind of energy thrown at them instead of like them trying to learn it when they're also in whatever state of mind that they're in that is bringing them at you. But that said, I want to um, maybe give them another word, if you will, that means the same thing, that is more um, subtle, that maybe it wouldn't even be picked up on by an observer. So instead of like, ideally, if my horses are being responsive, I just have to go like this, and my horses will back away from that. I often go like this when I want them to back away, or I go like this if they're coming at me and I'm asking them to stop, or I want them to back. Which I came into the screen, but or I go like this, and as I put my body energy at them, I flap my hands. And how that translates into the saddle is when I'm on them and I want them to back up and I'm riding bareback, I'll flap my feet by their shoulder. So that's kind of the, you know, you get it. Um, so anyway, I think I'm going to teach everybody tonight what would sound like, a punctured tire. So, or you shushing somebody, but it's going to, you ever have something that's losing air and you're trying to find where it's losing air from, where you hear it and it's just kind of subtlety, and then if you press on, say it's an inner tube of some sort, and you press on it and then the hiss gets louder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go shh, and that's going to mean back up. If they don't respond to just the subtlety of that, then I'm going to envision pressing on the inner tube, causing that to have a lot more pressure behind it. So then it's going to increase in sound. So it'll be like shh. Um, if I get to the point to where I've run out of air, I'm also going to use the support of the end of the line to like punctuate. You should have backed up by now. If I do get to the point where I have to say, "Hey, you should have backed up before now," the action that I use with the end of the rope. So my ropes are yachting line with, not like, if you know anything about natural horsemanship, everybody sells some kind of yachting line, 22-foot line or 12-foot line or whatever, with the leather popper on the end. So mine will have the leather poppers. And I will treat that. I'll hold what I call my support, which is about 12 inches. And I usually have about 12 inches always hanging out of my hand. So even no matter what I have gathered as far as the rest of the rope, there's usually about 12 inches available to me to use immediately if I ever needed it. So that's my support. And what I would do with that is as if I had taken, like pulled the kitchen towel off the stove door, because the oven door, and somebody, you're playing around or whatever, and you take the kitchen towel and you twirl it until it makes kind of a point, and then you snap it at them, and if you do it just right, it'll just give them a little quick pinch, right? So that's what I do with the end of the line. I make sure, and I do usually to their chest, especially because I'm asking them to back up. In this case, I would try to get center chest, and that would cause them to back away from that pinch, right? That little snap. So that all said, I just realized that I don't have my ropes ready yet. So I'm going to go get my ropes. And I also want to clarify one thing. I have no problem with multiple words meaning the same thing to your horse as long as it's not one word has multiple meanings. Does that make sense? Like I always say, like, if you cluck at your horse, have it always mean go forward. And then so that way your horse never has to guess, should I have gone forward? Should I have gone back? Should I have gone sideways? Should I have come to you? Should I have gone away? I don't want my horses to have to figure out like what that, clucking noise means this time. But I don't have a problem with having multiple words meaning the same thing. So like, for example, wiggling the rope means back up. It's always a backward feel when I wiggle the rope. Either it's a downward transition, it's a stop, or it's a backup. I do use it for, hey, I was talking to you, like to get their attention. I probably never stop using the wiggle for that, like, hey, I was talking to you. And I refer that to like tapping them on the shoulder, like, excuse me, I was talking to you. But I also use the word back, right? So there are and like I said, I have different hand cues, but they all mean the same thing and they don't mean anything else. So that, I guess, is where I'm like, you can have different words that always have the same definition in terms of how your horse is supposed to respond to it or what it's supposed to mean to the horse, but don't have multiple definitions for one word. Does that make sense? I hope so. All right, I'm gonna go get a horse. Hey. Here. Wait. Back. So Charlotte knows the back with the wiggle, right? So how would I reintroduce or introduce something new to that? Here. I might say back the first time and wiggle the first time. Wait, hey. And add my shh. Good girl.
The hand to the forehead is a touch and press, not a rub.
Now, my touch on the forehead has always been something that I like to try to promote. Did you see how important that was to her? For me to touch her on the forehead and tell her I'm proud of her. That's kind of my way of being able to tell her I'm proud of her, or being my way to tell her she can calm down. Now she's doing what I say puppies do when you have treats in your hand. They go through every trick they know, hoping that they're trying to like fill the silence, right? Like, even though I don't want her to do anything, she's trying to do stuff because she figures there's got to be something she should be doing, right? So let's see if we can ask her to back up again with the shush. And if you notice, she dove right into my hand. She dove into my hand like, are you proud of me? Come here. So we just wanted to show you how much we've improved on our changing our backup from a wiggle to just a shush. So shh. She sees the mounting block. It's okay. Hey. Shh. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, let's go home. You're okay. Let's do it this way. Hold on. No, hold on. You're okay. Okay, let's go. Can I steer you to do something else real quick? Just to see. Here, go in a circle. Go. Hi. Good. 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 Good girl. Good girl. Okay. Good girl. Okay, so what you might have noticed is the first time I actually asked her to steer, like this is the first time I used reins. Normally I just use a rope and I use it on the side of the horse to make sure they head to the right direction. It's the first time I actually asked her to go following my guidance in a direction. So as you saw, there was hesitation, there was confusion. That wasn't defiance, that wasn't lack of willingness, that was just not understanding, because normally if I jump on her back and say, okay, let's go, she heads to her stall and just happens to have some extra weight on her back. Today, I gave her other guidance and it put her in a, wait, what kind of frame of mind. The worst thing I could have done was been like, come on, you know this, because she's carried me so many other times. But she doesn't know that. She doesn't know it as it applies to being steered. So I like to make sure that before I get on them, I can do different things like that. I can steer them and have them not move, not lose any frame of mind at all, and not lose connection to their body, and have a flow to them. Okay, time to get another horse.
This exercise is to demonstrate how horses communicate with us about something that they've noticed. It might be something that they just want to take a better look at, or it might be something that they want to tell us they're afraid of. I also have a microphone on the halter so you can hear any breathing changes.
Are you watching the ear closest to it? Watch the ear closest to it. Now, are you watching the ear closest to it? Watch the ear closest to it. Now watch the ear closest to this one. Watch the ear closest to the pink one. Oh, there's a new gate over there too. Sorry, now everything's scary. I forgot about the new gate. And watch that ear. Good girl. Good girl. And see how our ear stayed on it as we walked away? Good girl, you're okay. I don't know if you heard the breathing change. Here's something funny, is she actually told me that over there is new. What's that? Oh, there's a new gate over there too. Sorry, now so we have a new gate because I'm making an arena, like actually intentionally fencing in as opposed to like putting up temporary fencing. I'm actually putting fencing up. So I bought a gate and she was like, that over there too, that's new. Haven't seen that one before. So I'm gonna move that just so it's not part of the situation. Could put it just in front of you, which you won't see it, but here, see this? This is a new gate. Just bought this today. So I'm going to put this here. You might even see how she or they go, wait, that's different too. So you might even see full attention right in front of you. Okay.